The prologue times don't count towards the overall Dakar results in the ultimate class, but there is still incentive. If you finish in the top 10, you get to choose your starting position within that top 10 for the opening stage tomorrow. New cars, new drivers, but the same camaraderie at the start line.
Ready? Ready. Always.
Today's prologue is only 29 kilometers long and would take the competitors just over 15 minutes. First on the road, reigning World Rally Raid champion Nasser Al-Attiyah. Although they did most of the W2RC season together in 2024, this will be the first Dakar for Al-Attiyah with his new-ish co-driver Edouard Boulanger. The Frenchman partnered Matthias Ekstrom in last year's edition. Third on the prologue will give the Qatari a strong starting position for the first stage tomorrow, despite the challenging terrain.
Except a lot of trees, between all the tree, and it was not easy. We're missing some part, from the tree, but okay. This is Dakar, Welcome to Dakar.
The first running in anger for the reigning Dakar champion Carlos Sainz in his brand new Ford Raptor. With his trusty co-driver Lucas Cruz, they came home in a solid 25th. Consistency was the name of the game last year for the duo, although this was an improvement on last year's prologue result, where they finished 34th. Sebastian Loeb is in his second outing in his new Dacia Sandrider. He entered the final round of last year's World Rally Raid Championship in Morocco, where he finished second to his teammate Al-Attiyah. This is Loeb's 9th Dakar entry, and despite finishing on the podium in 5 of his 8 attempts so far, the win still eludes him. X-Raid Mini have recruited well since last year, signing up the men who finished 2nd and 4th in 2024. Guillaume de Mevius was runner-up to Sainz in his Toyota, and now has a new car for this year. But alongside Mathieu Baumel, they had to work together, fixing a puncture, which left them 60th at the end of the prologue. The other new X-Raid Mini signing is Gerlin Chichery. 4th last year in his Toyota, he and Alex Vinok will be looking for their first Dakar podium in 2025. This Mini was also in the wars, not quite as dramatically as de Mevius, but enough collisions with the trees caused some superficial damage. And the riders turned drivers had a strong first day. Toby Price and Sam Sunderland ended up 13th fastest. Another newcomer to the Ultimates is Rokas Pachuska. The Lithuanian finished 2nd in SSV in 2023, 3rd in Challengers in 2024, and now makes the step up to the Ultimate class. The impressive performance continued today for the Overdrive racing man, as he and Oriol Mena finished the prologue in 4th, just 1 second slower than Nasser Al-Attiyah in 3rd. Matthias Ekstrom won last year's prologue in his Audi, and despite switching to the Ford M Sport team for 2025, he continued his strong form. 2nd fastest in the prologue will give him a preferable position for tomorrow's opening stage. But quickest on the prologue was Toyota Gazoo racing driver Henk Lattegen. It's been a painful relationship with the Dakar for the South African, quite literally. Injured on his debut in 2021, he then missed last year's event entirely due to a shoulder injury. But his pace is undeniable. 2 stage wins in 2022 and quickest on the prologue today.
The pace seemed good. So far, of the guys that came through, we were quickest. So yeah, not a bad way to open it. After missing last year, you have no idea what you're going to be like when you come back here, so that's not a bad start.
Well, it was all smiles for the reigning W2RC champion at the ceremonial start. Nasser Al-Attiyah finishing the stage 3rd behind Matthias Ekstrom. But it was Henk Lattegen who took prologue honours in an incredibly impressive performance, finishing just 1 second ahead of Ekstrom and Bergqvist.
With the top 3 from last year's Dakar, Cristina Gutierrez, Mitch Guthrie and Rokas Pachuska all moving up into the ultimate category, this year we're guaranteed a new winner in the Challengers. With several newcomers to the category, others making their return, a crop of bright young talents ready to shine, and a familiar name in previous Dakars, now competing in the Challengers for the very first time, having had success in the quads. The competition is wide open, but one man in particular is highly determined to win on home soil.
The goal this year to win Dakar, to be the first Saudi winning Dakar. Winning world champion is good, but the best is winning Dakar. So we will fight this year to win Dakar, then after that we continue to see what will happen in the world champion.
A two-time Dakar rally winner in the quad category, Frenchman Giroux is undertaking a new mission.
I don't have the experience of driving, but I have the experience for the rally raid. I have a good navigator, but if we are lost, I can help him. I have the vision of the terrain, which you can't put a price on. But now I have to learn how to drive, because there is a lot of good drivers in the category.
Saïdine isn't the only Saudi who's searching for success. The Middle East Bauhaus champion Dania Akil is competing on home soil too.
I think it's going to be pretty competitive. There's a lot of contenders for the top spots. And it's not really about anybody else, it's always about you, but you know who you're around and you have to respect that.
A rugged terrain for the competitors to contend with for the opening 29-kilometre prologue. There will only be a few seconds separating contenders, and after several days in the bivouac, it's time to go racing. With aim of first place and becoming the first Saudi to win the Dakar, Yazir Saïdine was a man on a mission. But his compatriot Dania Akil was hot on his heels. The two Saudis finishing with the exact same time, putting both in the top 5. It wasn't all plain sailing for one team. Mario Franco, alongside his cousin and co-driver Rui, had a mechanical, which forced them to come to a halt. The Portuguese duo having to get creative and carry out vital repairs. But fortunately, they managed to limp to the finish, only some 27 minutes down. However, luck was somewhat on their side, as the prologue timings don't count towards the overall classification. Coming off the back of a very successful 2024 season, Argentinian Nicolas Cavigliasso got through unscathed, alongside his co-driver Valentina Pertecarini, the 2024 FIA Rally Raid Challenger co-driver champion, with a promising performance. The Red Bull Off-Road Junior team has enjoyed phenomenal success. 4 drivers of their first wave of recruitment now racing in the Ultimates. One of their newest recruits, the lightning-fast 24-year-old Portuguese youngster, Gonçalo Guerreiro, making his Dakar debut, finishing on the podium today. Ultimately, the day belonged to 23-year-old Corbin Leverton of the Red Bull Off-Road Junior team. The man from South California, who is also making his Dakar debut, shone brightest in his Taurus T3 Max.
We come a long way from home, a lot of planning, a lot of preparation, a lot of effort from everyone, from Red Bull, from the BR team and BF Goodrich, all these sponsors that bring me here. So there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of weight on you, and yeah, it's so nice to finally get in the car, right, in the driver's seat. And I feel great, happy to get my first Dakar prologue out of the way. Hoping for a good result towards the front, and very, very excited, very pleased to be here, and ready to get stage 1 going tomorrow.
What a start for debutant Corbin Leverton, making his mark in the prologue, winning 4 seconds ahead of his Red Bull Off-Road Junior teammate Gonçalo Guerreiro. Argentinian Nicolas Cavigliasso was third, 11 seconds in arrears. Five drivers, 5 co-drivers, a unique 5-day immersion into the world of Dakar, a quest to find the next generation of Saudi motorsport champions.
I am happy because I like Dakar. Dakar is life.
The idea is to provide an additional experience for Saudi competitors. Today we have 5 drivers learning for 4 days out on the sand.
You have 1 spare wheel.
We already have really promising drivers, and together we hope over the next 2 to 3 years the levels will rise.
Although not a competitive race, the successful driver and co-driver will earn a place in Rallye du Maroc and next year's Dakar.
They are going to experience the feeling of being a factory driver for 1 week. They are going to learn mechanic, they are going to learn the basic of Dakar. So it's not a race, we are not looking only the speed, but also the capacity of working in team, working with the co-driver, respecting the vehicle and many other elements. They are all very focused and we will see something nice.
The test too, keep it for me.
Inshallah, one day in the future, I'll be a co-driver, one day, and we'll win Dakar, inshallah.
It was second time the charm on four wheels. Ex-biker Xavier de Sutre lifted the T4 Dakar title with co-driver Martin Bonnet. Seb Loeb Racing have 3 Polarises in the ranks now. The French driver is taking nothing for granted. Well, we're really excited to return, yet it's really challenging, really tough. But what we did last year was exceptional. We'll need more to do it again. Sarah Price's debut last year was a story of extreme highs and lows. Just the third woman to win a Dakar stage, then losing out on the podium spot, pushing for the top. She returns determined alongside new partner in crime, Sean Berryman, and unperturbed by increased expectations.
This year, definitely, I think a lot of eyes are on me, and I think a lot of people are anticipating me to do well again. And, you know, I'm going to do the best I can, and hopefully that's the top spot, because I want to win as well.
Just 2 of the ambitious drivers hoping to battle for the Touareg trophy, with 3 of them at home already. A headline-grabbing return to T4 in the shape of Dakar legend Chaleco Lopez. The former biker ended a 5-year hiatus in 2019 to win 2 SSV titles before rising to the T3 summit 3 years later. 7 Dakar legends in total, including Gerard Fares, with an all-new Spanish outfit. A 2-year project with Pedrega keeping the dream alive. After only 2 minutes separating the top 2 last edition, what will 2025 have in store? T4s are back, with a new cast of characters joining the old, limbering up, with a long wait, yet relaxed, despite being the last to head out. The Seb Loeb Racing Soul Train now number 400. De Sutre and Martin Bonnet launching the defence of their category crown, while 3-time Dakar champion Chaleco Lopez wants to be back on top in his 6th collaboration with co-driver Juan Pablo Latrache. After 2 years in Challenger, the Chilean happy to join Can-Am Factory Team's sole focus on T4 this edition. In his 14th appearance, Chaleco knows the challenge really starts tomorrow. Today was no problem at all. We know the rest of the week will be much harder, like every Dakar. Sarah Price came, saw, and almost conquered. A first Dakar stage victory, and just missing out on the podium would have kept the fire burning. Now, with the addition of Sean Berryman to her side, could it be second time lucky? Berryman won the T4 class in 2020 alongside Casey Curry. Can he help Price strike gold? De Sutre and Bonnet know their 2024 title, and number 400 puts a target on their backs. Good thing they had intense testing in Mexico, Morocco and the Emirates to fine-tune and train in various conditions. The French duo therefore confident, believing Seb Loeb Racing's collaboration with Polaris has taken on new dimensions. A return to Saudi sands for Jeremias Gonzalez Ferreoli and Pedro Gonzalez Rinaldi. The Argentinians were impressive in their one campaign together in 2023, a stage win and 4th overall. With more than 10k driven in 2024 in the Can-Am Maverick R, the Cordoba natives showing early promise in their fight for the podium, although pipped to the prologue top spot. Rookie Brock Hedger making his Dakar bow alongside fellow American Max Eddy, and he arrives the reigning 2024 King of the Hammers UTV champion. Having mastered the brutal desert terrain and technical rock crawling in the Johnson Valley, California, the 24-year-old hopes this prologue performance is a good omen. A first-place finish in his first appetizer of the world's toughest race, even gaining some local support.
Yeah, we're just going to play it how it goes. We have kind of no plan as of this point. We're just going to just do what we can do. The car is super capable, so we're just gonna do what the car likes to do, which is go fast and see where we end up.
A great start for the Seb Loeb Racing team. Hedger, a rookie, with a bright start, and defending champion de Sucre earning Polaris a 1-3.
Dakar Future Mission 1000 returns with 3 projects using sustainable energy.
We wanted to show the world that we can carry on doing races in a sustainable way.
Working for the future is very important to our future people who are coming back on the second year, but also we have new people again.
Welcome to the Ninbot Segway company. Come and explore our Segway electric off-road X1000 bike.
We discovered our truck, which is still running on hydrogen this year.
This is Haas X2. Come on, discover.
For us, it's a big experience. We think the hydrogen is the future.
To have an engine who is working with water is a dream.
For us, it was an unforgettable experience. We won the category.
We learned a lot from last year.
It was really a good opportunity to test the technology.
For sure, we are still improving the product and making the project better.
For this year's Dakar Future Mission 1000, they all feel very excited, but they have a lot of pressure.
It's an adventure that all the vehicles of the Dakar will have to take on little by little until the finish in line in the year 2030.
Director Abdullah Eliyani, the head of Aramco facilities in Yandu.
In the trucks, the top 3 drivers from last year's Dakar look like the favourites for 2025, starting with the defending champion, Martin Maciek.
You are chasing to be the best and you need to fight with yourself, but when you win it and then to win again, it's actually something different.
The Czech will be going up against one of his compatriots, the hugely experienced Aleš Loprice.
Our goal is simple. We want to be top, the highest as possible, which means the number 1, of course. It's easy to say, hard to do, but we will do our best to be there, absolutely.
And at just 22, Mitchell van den Brink is revving up for his 7th Dakar.
Well, last year we finished 3rd, and now I think we are better prepared. We have a better truck, so yeah, we try to go for the highest possible position.
44 truck crews will be taking part in this year's Dakar, but they're setting off on very different adventures.
3-point nemen. Yep. Komt eraan op 100 meter.
Some are here to fight for overall victory, while others will provide invaluable assistance to competitors who run into trouble, although sometimes even the assistance needs a bit of assistance. There were fine margins on this short curtain raiser, with only 23 seconds separating the top 3. In 3rd place was the reigning champion Maciek in his sleek new Evo 4. This is one of 9 trucks at this year's event that was built by his technology team.
It's impressive. I'm so proud, about it, because we'll build that with my father from scratch, and now we have 9 trucks over here, and we are building new ones, and we want to move the truck category even further,
There's a new face in the class this year in the shape of Vaidotas Zala. The Lithuanian's done the last 9 editions in the cars, famously winning the first ever Saudi stage in 2020, but he's decided to mix things up in 2025. Not a bad start, he was just 7 seconds down today in 2nd place.
It was my first competitive stage in the truck, so I didn't know what to expect. I tried to push. So in the testing, it was more calm and flowing, and when you push, you can go sideways 130. So it's a little bit more action than I was expecting initially, but it's really fun. 10 tons sideways is something.
The early pace setter was Mitchell van den Brink. The Dutchman's driving exactly the same truck as Maciek, an Technology Evo 4 that he acquired from his rival. It's lighter than the machine he had last year, and he's happy with the balance. Mitchell is still very young, but he's aiming very high.
Today it was a very nice prologue. It was a tough one because we had everything. There were trees, there were stones. It was very nice. We wanted to open tomorrow, and so far we finished first. So let's see where we will end up when the guys will come.
Well, you ended up in first place, Mitchell. All good. Martin Schultes finished in the same second as Matchik to come fourth, with Kees Kolen fifth, ahead of last year's runner-up, Low Price.
It all started in 2021. The Dakar Classic is back for its 5th edition, a race within the race for vintage cars produced before 2005. Audis, Porsches, Mitsubishis or DAF trucks ready to battle it out in this regularity rally. Indeed, the competition is based on average times. And over 100 cars and trucks have been registered for this new adventure. Let's first take a look back at the previous Dakar Classic.
It's rough, accelerate.
We were quite happy that we are going nice and without problems. Well, it's Dakar.
When you come to a different country, you need to ask locals.
Well, that's the Dakar spirit. You can really feel it.
A rally for all those in love with the Dakar spirits, but also a fierce competition to be crowned king or queen of the Dakar, whatever the age of the vehicle. Last year, Carlos Santaolalla captured the win after finishing second in 2023. He returns to try and retain his title.
Tomorrow, the 2025 Dakar Rally begins in earnest. It's still a loop stage from Bisha, but instead of today's 29 kilometres, tomorrow will be 413 kilometres of special. Rocks and stones will be the obstacles, as well as a maze of navigation halfway through. But first, on Wednesday, 1983 winner Jackie Ickx celebrated his 80th birthday.
It's a very special day for me. It's the day. I'm not nostalgic about my past. I am nostalgic about the people I met. I had the opportunity with the Dakar to discover the notion of being together. You're nobody when you are alone. That's why it's so important for me to share these moments with all of you. And like my mother was saying, don't go too fast and be careful.